Hey y'all, welcome to Dots and Beyond. I'm Beth. Today we're going to do a plan with me, wrap up the last couple of days of April, jump into the first 5 days of May. Let's go ahead and get started. I am filming this a little bit early. It is Friday, what is today? Friday the 26th. I will be off on a book crawl and going to the theater all day tomorrow, so I don't have any time to film tomorrow. And I wanted to go ahead and have this scheduled and ready to go for Sunday. It is also creepily quiet outside because it is about to storm. They are supposed to be pretty severe, and so I decided, well, I need to jump in and do this plan with me before I have to compete with thunder and lightning and all of that sort of thing as well. We're just in here trying to get it done. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. As you can tell, I'm already putting in my daily headers and I'm just putting them just below. Normally I cover up here and I'm just going to put them below. Partially so that I can remind myself that we're transitioning from April to May. So I can actually see the dates. Normally I'm fine with covering up the date because I know what week we're in, and I just thought I might actually need that reference, so we're going to leave that there. The other reason is just to do something a little different. Still using them. If you missed the May plan with me, I revealed our colored door for May. It is the golden door, and that is where the inspiration comes from for the sticker kit and everything that I'm using. I've got a bunch of the things from my kit cut out for me to use. I cut those out in advance to speed this up a little bit so that you don't have to sit through me cutting out stickers because they are fussy cuts. I'm not mailing stickers to people. You have to download them yourself, and that's okay because that's how I print them too. I do have the Cricut Mini. I don't have a big one though, so my stickers aren't formatted for that. Maybe one day. And I have lost Sunday. Oh, there it is. My printer is also hovering on being out of the yellow ink. This might not be as vibrant as what it might look like when you print it out. I have some washi tape here. As I've been looking at it, I've been thinking maybe I didn't want to use it. I'm also pulling in a Tombow Funosoke to give myself a little more graphic of a line. I think I am going to use the ruler today and mark off my working hours. Thursday, I have a little bit weirder of a schedule, but for the most part, we're just gonna mark in the 8 o'clock. We'll do it again on Friday. I'm gonna take that up to 7:30 on Thursday. What time do I get off work? 5 o'clock. And Friday as well. I think this is starting to dry out. I have a thing to go to on this day, and then I'm going to take the rest of the day off because there is an event Saturday that is not my event. I am just a supporting character in this event for our organization. Volunteering, helping out a little bit because it's a very large 5K run walk for cancer research kind of thing. I have to be at that place in an obscenely rude time of morning. So that's what's gonna go here. I'm gonna redo this line because that's really faint. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and write in where I am working for the week. To do that, I'm going to turn the book so that I can see what I'm doing. There we go. And now let's go ahead and put in some meetings. I'm going to grab my dot marker. I have a quiet-ish week. We're going to put a meeting right there. Another one at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, 1 p.m. on Wednesday. This will be a whole completely different thing. And then I don't have any meetings on Friday, I don't think. Just checked my calendar. So yeah, light on meetings this week, which is great. It's super. That's awesome because I do need some project time mixed in here. I am going to go ahead and write in off so that I know that I am off that day. Let's go ahead and put in what's going on that day. I'm going to like a women's leadership summit. I'm going to stick this little thing there. This is from my kit. It was square, so it was post-it size. I've trimmed off one edge so that it'll fit here in this corner. I'm just going to put that there and write leadership summit on it as an indication that I am at that event. It'll be great to attend an event with some other lady coworkers of mine and not be the one who has to plan it. I think we'll have a good time. Okay. And the other meetings that I have. One of them is I'm going to put consult. Somebody wants to have a meeting with me on the proper procedures to host an event within our organization. I am the keeper of that knowledge. So they asked if they could meet with me. We're going to do that. I have a staff meeting on Wednesday. It's a very lengthy staff meeting. We all get to have our say. That one typically lasts about an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then I have a committee meeting at 1 on that day. All right, so then what am I doing on Saturday for work? We are going to grab this shoe and we are going to stick this little shoe up here to represent this 5K walk run event fundraiser thing. I do need to be there by about 6 a.m. It's a terrible time of day, but I should be out of there by noonish, maybe even a little bit earlier. Last year, I think I left around 11. Then I can resume my normally scheduled Saturday, which at that point will probably be taking a nap because I hate getting up that early in the morning. Where my lunches are going to fall for the week, which is just typically going to land on that 12 o'clock hour, I think. Nothing unusual. I do like to block it off at the recommendation of the last therapist that I had. I still haven't found a new therapist. To remind myself that I do need to break away from my desk. No sad desk lunches. It's what she used to say to me. That's a number one leading cause of burnout. It's never leaving your desk, never getting up, never walking away, never taking those breaks. So I want to make sure that I'm taking those as well. And then I'm just going to write lunch in there. At the Leadership Summit, they're feeding us lunch. So breakfast and lunch there, which is good if they want me to be there at 7:30 in the morning. All right, I need to put in some weather. I was going to try to sneak it in up here, but I think I'll go ahead and put it down here. We'll use the washi tape for that. And then I think I'm going to bring this stencil back. The Archer and Olive stencil that has the weather icons on it. We don't have the greatest weather this week. So much like me trying to film before the sky falls, I need to try to get other things done in and around some terrible weather this week. On Monday, it is supposed to storm. We're just going to use the lightning bolt. It's not supposed to storm all day, but it is predominant, so that's just what we're going to go with. The high is going to be 78, the low is going to be 63, and there's a 65% chance of rain. Tuesday is a little better. It is partly cloudy. It's going to be warm. Where's my cloud? And some sun. There's only a 20% chance of rain that day, but then we ramp back up for the next 2 days. So we're going back to the lightning bolt, and this is how we get to welcome in May. For those who may not have been here for a while, because I don't think I've talked about it in a minute. I do work at a very large organization and we don't all have parking spots on our corporate campus. So I park a little ways away and then take a shuttle to campus, which makes dodging thunderstorms super fun. And Friday, it is not supposed to storm, but it is supposed to rain. We're going to use this little rain cloud. I got that one way lower than the rest. That's okay. The reason that I do this is because in my past life, I would never look ahead to the weather. I would just kind of look day to day and it surprised me every single time. So even though it's probably going to change, I'll at least have an idea of what it was supposed to be like as the week went along. All right, we're supposed to get another partly cloudy day on Saturday, but then the rain's going to come back on Sunday. And I realize it's springtime and farmers, they need the rain so that things will grow, but it is definitively not my favorite weather to deal with. And I think my handwriting's getting worse and worse as I go along. I'm also at a pretty weird angle. There's our weather for the week. I am glad I used the washi. It anchors the yellow up there with the yellow down here, so that's super cool. And then I do need to leave a place for me to jot in my CoStar app horoscopy thing. I think maybe I want to do that over here. And maybe even block it in with a square. Do I want a yellow square? Do I want a black square? Let's do a black square. For continuity, I'm going to bring it up to the same height as this line. And then I'm going to write it in sideways. We'll go ahead and stick our little sun icon in there, indicating that's what's going to go in that space. Just got accosted by a marker, tried to attack me. All right, and then what am I doing down here? Don't really know yet. I do know that I need to put in some space for some movement. If you watched my May setup, I've been talking about having a minimum of 3 days of movement a week. So looking at my schedule, I want to figure out where those best days are. We're going to go ahead and jot in that I need to get some movement on, let's say Tuesday and let's say Friday. I'm actually going to get a lot of movement here for this event, but I'm also going to put in intentionally some movement on Sunday. And in that area, we're just going to write move. And I'll know that those are supposed to be intentional movement days, not like I'm moving apartments again or anything. Just I need to get up and move on those days. I think that's pretty much going to be it. I'm just keeping it simple this week. I have some big events coming up this week and again on this week. And then, like I said, maybe I can take a breath and maybe I can take a vacation. Maybe I can take some time off. Let's go ahead and add some decor to this page. I'll probably end up with a date with my son somewhere in here. And I might end up with some time with girlfriends, that sort of thing as well. One of my girlfriends just took a job in another city, not that far away, but it's hindering the ability to get together after work because we're not able to meet in the middle. She used to work in one part of town and I worked in the other, and we could always meet in the middle. I cut some things out from my kit. I didn't go with any specific theme. Well, maybe I've got the bread oven and the bread and the wheat. So maybe I unconsciously did go with some kind of thought process there. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna stick a few things here and there around the page, and then we will move on to my 52 lists project. I'm not going to use all of those. Maybe I'll use one on my 52 lists page. We'll see when we hop over there. You may have noticed, if you're one of my regular viewers, there wasn't a video yesterday. And that is because it was supposed to be the plan with me for my son Kenny's custom bullet journal. And he has the flu. He has been super sick all week. He's been contagious. And we have not been able to hand off the journal to mom so that mom can do his setup. So that one's going to be a little bit late this month when he's able to bring it to me, or I can go get it. All right, let's jump back to my 52 list projects. Here's my setup for May, which was my last video. You can go check that out. And I've already put in a header for list 18. I went ahead and put on a little bit of washi tape too, just to give us some color. And let me grab my book. Now, last week's prompt was very personal, and I said that I might not share the answers to that. But I also haven't even written any answers to that, and that was list the difficult moments in your past that have shaped you for the better. Been struggling with that one, so it's just gonna stay as it is right now until I'm ready to revisit it. All right, list 18. List the things that motivate you. Take action. Practice turning one of your motivators into a daily habit that will push you to take action and make your accomplishments happen. It's a pretty great prompt. List the things that motivate you. Now, I'm a mom. Obviously, my boys are grown. I've talked about it. But they were my motivation as a single parent because I could never afford to be laid off from a job or unemployed in any way, shape, or form. And legit, those two dudes were my motivation for everything. Now they're not. And I'm like, what motivates me? So let me write that down. All right. List the things that motivate you. I don't know how many bullet points to give myself for this one because I don't know. That feels safe. 10 feels like a doable number. It actually feels high, I'll be honest. 10 feels high, but we're gonna go with 10. Let me move this out of the way. I'm gonna stick this little bread oven down here. Yeah, so I am a Leo. I'm very much motivated by praise, as most Leos are. And when I say praise, it's really job well done is where I'm going with that. Not in my personal life, pretty much at all. That's definitely work motivation, is being told job well done. Always gives me a little bit of a high. I had a ribbon cutting for a new building this week and got that little pat on the back this week. So been feeling okay this week. Feeling a little motivated to get to work on a couple of the other things that are coming up that I've got to get done. I was feeling very demotivated until a meeting that I had today because a single person within leadership objected to an activity we want to do for an upcoming event. I had to have that meeting today, and I really thought it was not going to go well, and it went fine. But I was feeling demotivated until we had that meeting. I was having a moment, being a little put out. All right, so there's a list of things that motivate you. And I'm wondering, I might just add on to this list of things that demotivate you. And if that happens to be another list in the 52 list project, we'll deal with it later. But I don't think it will be, because these are all about the things that are supposed to make you feel good. But I think listing what demotivates me might actually be more helpful than listing what motivates me. I heard this quote that there's no such thing as being unmotivated. You are either motivated to, or you are motivated not to. And that saying that you're unmotivated is lying to yourself, and that you have to own up and say, I am motivated not to do this thing. And it makes so much sense. And I'm sure somebody who has a degree in positive psychology could elaborate on that for us. That is not me. I can quote you Shakespeare if needed. There is my list 18. We're going to list the things that motivate you, and we're going to go ahead and list some things that we find demotivating as well. And then hop back here to May, to my weekly, which we have managed to get set up before the storms hit. So you didn't have to listen to thunder and lightning, which is awesome, and you should totally give me a thumbs up for that. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing and joining the Dots and Beyond family down below, and I will catch you in the next one.